What's the deal? It's your boy at roachdonut, man. Coming back at you with another exclusive, man. You know, we talking about GPUs, and when we talk about GPUs, we talk about some of the best in the business, the best. NVIDIA. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this is because I am very, very happy with my graphics card, bro. After doing some extensive research on my materials, I am very satisfied with NVIDIA, bro. I'm very happy with them. So I wanted to get some information on them. So right now we're going to look at some background stories. We probably won't watch the whole video, but I want to get some background on NVIDIA because I feel that when it comes to their products, they're doing a dang good job, man. So let's go ahead and tap in. Let's get it.
Imagine you're the developer of one of the largest computer graphics corporations, NVIDIA. So your name is Huang Jinshun. You were born February 17, 1963, in the city of Tainan, which is in the Republic of China. You live in a fairly wealthy family, you have an older brother, and you are always surrounded by the love of your parents. When you were 6 years old, your family decided to move to Bangkok, Thailand. You didn't live there for long because in 1960, your father came back from New York after a business trip, and he decided to send you to USA with your relatives. In 1972, when you were already 9 years old, you and your brother moved to your uncle and aunt's house in Tacoma, Washington. You went to a new school and made new friends. Relatives then took you to Oneida Baptist Boarding School in eastern Kentucky. Because your teacher couldn't pronounce your name correctly, you changed your name to Jensen. A little later, your family was reunited in Oregon, where you graduated from Aloha High School. You were interested in engineering, especially in computer technology. You continued your studies at the University of Oregon, where you undertook computer science and integrated circuit design. The year 1984 has come. You are a graduate in electrical engineering. Now it's time to look for a job, and you decide to go for an interview at the already well-known company Advanced Micro Devices, or AMD. Despite the excitement, the manager hired you just as a chip designer. At the company, you gained a lot of experience that will be useful to you in the future, and later, from AMD, you decide to apply to
So for some of y'all who don't understand exactly what's going on, in terms of the tech world, everything is all about information. You know, when it comes to tech, when it comes to anything dealing with the internet, technology, computers, tablets, phones, everything is about information technology. Everything is about data. That information that you search, everything that you look up goes to servers that are owned by a gazillion other companies. They use that information to develop new products and to build a relationship with you through your devices. So these devices that they develop are responsible for receiving information and communicating with information providers via CPU or moderators, people who control the information and the content. This is all about information. So when you talk about these platforms and how important they are, you know, they talk about AMD. We're talking about NVIDIA now. These companies essentially have access to information that we don't have access to. So just be mindful of what's going on.
You decide to apply to LSI Logic Corporation, where you worked in various positions until 1993. During your work, you lead Coreware, a division of LSI Logic responsible for developing yet unexplored system-on-a-chip technologies. Already in 1992, you managed to get a master's degree in electrical engineering from Stanford University. From this point on, you are often visited by thoughts that you want to do more than working for a company. You want to open your own business. In April of 1993, while dining at a Denny's in California, you and your comrades Chris Malachowski and Curtis Prem decide to start your own company. Malachowski and Prem worked as engineers at Sun Microsystems, but were dissatisfied with the company's chosen direction of development and left their jobs. You also had to leave LSI Logic, despite the fact that you held a fairly high position. Reflecting on all previous work experience, your trio believed that the coming breakthrough in the computer industry would come from hardware acceleration of computing. Such calculations were too heavy for ordinary processors. Of course, your choice was strongly influenced by the rapid growth and the popularity of video games that use three-dimensional graphics. Even from a financial point of view, such a choice promised big profits for video card manufacturers. It took $40,000 for your startup. You allocated the majority of the amount and became the president and chief executive officer of the company. Your friend Malachowski has taken over as VP of engineering, and Prem had taken on the role of CTO. The most difficult
That came through with the whole Chicago Bulls lineup, man. They was ready to run up that chip.
thing at the beginning of the work was to come up with a name for the company. You went through hundreds of options, but found the right one only on the eve of the registration of the company. As a name, you suggested taking a derivative of the Latin word NVIDIA, which means envy. You were attracted by the fact that at the beginning of the word there was a combination of letters, NV, an abbreviation for next version, with which you designated your entire project. At the time of the creation of the company, you were engaged in the design and marketing of products, but due to lack of finances, you could not acquire your own production of semiconductor wafers and microcircuits. It took you a whole year to find a partner who could produce a microprocessor in a 0.5 micron process. Using your communication skills, you managed to negotiate with SGS Thompson Microelectronics, and your team was provided with the capacity of a factory near Grenoble in France. May of 1995 became one of the most significant for you. This year, NVIDIA introduced its first development, the NV1 multimedia card, which is different from all existing technologies. You managed to combine 2D graphics processing, a 3D graphics accelerator, a sound card, and a port for a game controller compatible with the popular at the time Sega Saturn console on one board. To increase sales, you also had an agreement with Sega, and some Saturn games were ported to PC to run on your video card. The release of NV1 cost your company a lot of money. In fact, you spent most of your capital in the hopes of a payback, but the card had limited success due to the use of systems incompatible with Microsoft's soon-to-be-released DirectX API, which used triangular polygons for building 3D scenes. The first problems overtook you. The company even had to cut half the employees, and subsequently abandoned the development of NV2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Although these events affected your work, you learned an important lesson and focused on the development of PC components. After long and very hard work, your new graphics card, called Diamond Viper V330 with an improved chip, appears on the market. And in the first half of 1997, the world saw the NV3 graphics processor, which was named Riva 128. With direct 3D support, high performance, and a lower price than the main competitor, Voodoo Graphics by 3DFX Interactive, your video card has become very popular. It was followed up in March 1998 by an even more successful NV4. It had the Riva TNT processor, which was head and shoulders above all existing processors. It could apply 2 textures per pass, and was also ahead of the competition with 2D and 3D.
Also, NVIDIA been killing the game since day one, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm very satisfied with their products.
Parallel processing and true color support. The success of these two graphics cards established your company NVIDIA as one of the key players in the graphics accelerator market. And at the end of 1997, your market share was estimated at 24%. Riva TNT received the PC Magazine Editor's Choice Award, and NVIDIA was named the most admired fabless semiconductor company. Here it is, the first significant success to which you have.
Fun fact that they use graphics cards, or I want to say just processors in cars. So, like your Tesla, your electric vehicles especially have processors in them. Just if you didn't know that.
Have been going since your student years, but it was impossible to stop. In early 1998, when you were about to put your shares up for sale, competitors tried to spoil your plans and sent you a series of patent infringement lawsuits. Silicon Graphics, S3 Graphics, and 3DFX Interactive all took part in this. Despite their attempts to ruin your career, the court was leaning towards you. As a result, you nevertheless put the shares on the stock exchange and, according to the final calculations for the year, your company earned $158 million. This is 4 times more than the previous year. A year later, your company's shares went from $12 to $20, bringing your company $42 million, and the total capitalization reached over $600 million. Unprecedented financial success that other companies.
I wonder what the share price of NVIDIA is now. They just said $20. They just said $20, bro.
Could only dream of. In the same year, having recruited a large staff, new minds came to your company, and you released the Riva TNT2 graphics accelerator, with which the company came to close the position of 3DFX, which was higher in the market due to the popularity of their Glide API application among game developers. But the even more significant release of the year was the release of the GeForce 256, the first GPU that provided a significant performance boost in computers with weak central processors. Your development was a real salvation for gamers of that time who could not afford expensive processors. People are increasingly talking about your company in a good way. Active work takes you a lot of time, but despite this, you managed to devote time to your family and your beloved Lori, with whom you will soon share a wedding. In the same year, you were on the board of the RAND think tank, which is engaged in developments for public welfare and national security. One of the defining moments for your company is about to take place. You had to get involved in a series of patent disputes with 3DFX Interactive Company, during which the competitor did not stand a chance and went bankrupt. For $70 million, you buy 3DX graphics card assets, including patents, trademarks, and inventory. It's ironic because it was this company that wanted to ruin your plans, but as you know, the strongest wins. The year 2000 is coming. The new millennium is starting off well for you. Most of your competitors have gone out of business, and a duopoly of your all new items that enter the market are immediately bought up by miners, which is why dissatisfaction is growing among ordinary gamers who do not get video cards. Analyzing
Exactly, and that's a big point right there. A lot of people who just like casual gamers don't understand like a lot of casual gamers complain about like performance, or they complain about like a game isn't this or a game isn't that. These games are designed for like people like me who like are serious about content, serious about competition. People like me who make like opportunities out of technology. So like if you're a casual person, you're not really gonna like understand any of this. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to, bro, it's gonna take you some time, you know what I mean, to really understand the impact of technology, especially computers. And you know, you'll learn to value it more when you have those moments with technology that make or break you in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Especially like if you're a gamer or if you're a video editor, especially when you make content, you'll really cherish and value the importance of great tech, or, you know, just small things, bro, like an optimal CPU, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like even other small things like the manufacturer and their resume of how they produce products for IT, bro. Like just sit down and do your research.
Production capacity, but the problem will not be completely solved. In March of 2019, you are announcing the launch of the new Jetson Nano single-board computer with built-in AI support, which is only 70 by 45 millimeters in size. Also in the same month, you buy the Israeli company Mellanox for $6.9 billion. It attracted you with the production of batteries and network adapters for data centers and high-performance computing. This transaction was the largest acquisition in the history of the company and was completed on April 27, 2020. But your expansion did not end there. After a few months, Cumulus Networks, which specializes in software development, also becomes yours. Already at this moment, it's clear. Your company, which you and your friends opened for only $40,000, has become the 15th most valued company in the world, with 400 billion market capitalization. You have achieved your goals. Your family and children are proud of you. The modern world of computer technology cannot be imagined without NVIDIA, the company that you created.
Yes, man, I'm very satisfied with NVIDIA, man. You know what I mean? I'm very happy. Shout out to Omen. Shout out to HP. Shout out to Intel. Shout out to NVIDIA. Shout out to Windows, Microsoft, man. I'm very happy with my PC, man. It works very well. I would advise anybody who wants to get into higher capability content creation or just information intake, that you know, just do some research, man. Just, you know, look into, you know, how a PC can help your life. I feel it can make you smarter. So yeah, man. At roachdonut on all platforms. This was the history of NVIDIA, man. I learned so much. I hope that you learned a lot, man. We're gonna keep the videos coming, man. Salute to everybody. Stay on your hustle. At roachdonut, Roach family. Let's get it.